New skirt design by Queen of Skirts. This one is for a music lover. Or in my case, I just love the fabric. I'll show you what I made. Coming up. Wow, I found this fabric in California at one of my favorite fabric stores, and I love this. I thought, what could I make out of this? A piano print. Wow, my musician buddies would love this skirt. So I'll wear it, go out with them, and they'll be like, can I have your skirt? And I'll be like, no, it's my skirt. But I'll make you one. So that's why I bought the rest of the bolt they had. So let me see. Not much. 2 yards. What are you gonna do? The problem with it is, what the idea I have in there, it's just a cotton, and it's just a little, it's not crispy, but it doesn't have the soft drape with what I want to do with it. It doesn't have the drape on it. And the print, it's a piece dye, so the print is just printed on, and then you can't see it through the back. If you saw it through the back, it'd be called a yarn dye. That's when it's woven through and you can see it. So the idea I have for it, it poses it's a slight problem, but it inspired my creativity actually to work with this problem. I'll show you what I have idea. So I don't know if you saw the video I did a little while ago called upcycling my tiger skirt. So I had this tiger skirt fabric right here. It was a straight skirt, and I took it all apart, and then I added this ruffle, circular ruffle to it right here, and I added layers, black, white, and brown, because those are my three favorite colors, and it's my little salsa skirt. And I had a pattern made. It's called my Susanna skirt, and it's just a simple fitted top part with a side circular ruffle. So I thought, utilizing these curves in here, and putting that in a curved pattern, that could be really fun. So I'm gonna get my favorite, I don't know what I do with, my favorite fabric, my Pima cotton sateen, and do the top part with that, and then a piano skirt. Doesn't everybody have a piano skirt? I don't know. Do pianos have skirts? I think they do. There's something in there. It's like the bench has a skirt. I don't know. Anyway, so, and I always want to add a little creativity to it. So I want to put this beautiful, I don't even know what this is. I bought this in Nashville. It's just a beautiful, I've used this a few times in piping and stuff, but I'm going to put like a banded bias strip between the black and the piano. And then I also am going to put a lining behind the piano. I'm just going to call it the piano right here, so that when you walk, you see the other color like that. Probably kind of staying under. Now, problem is, I've asked my students this, I was asking their opinion, like, I have some lining that I've had left over. It's probably like 20 years old, this lining, and I would do it all purple if I had enough, but I don't. And I do have a lot of blue, but I don't really like this fabric itself. It's a lining, and the reason I need lining is so that this will be slippery over, drop my purple, will be, mind the crown, so that it'll be slippery over, so that the ruffle won't get stuck. So I was going to do a cotton, but the cotton fabrics would stick together. So I'm going to do a lining, and that way you won't see this under part right here. And I think it add a little bit of fun. So my teenage students actually wanted me to do both colors, because I thought, I'll do the back in this and the front in that, something like that, so you don't really see it until you move. So I thought they all liked it. So I thought, well, that's cool. But then I was thinking, what if I got yellow and made it kind of like, yellow and black look like a taxi cab, So you're like, is it a piano or is it a taxi cab? I don't know. So I'm gonna go to the fabric store tonight and see what yellows they have there. It has to be a yellow lining, some kind of, or a poly charmeuse or something that's slippery and doesn't stick. So, all right, laid out my skirt pattern, gotta cut the skirt part, and then I'm on to cutting the ruffle. Okay, my camera's probably going to get dizzy here, but what I need to do here is I've drawn, use the visible rulers, I drew purple lines right here. I need to cut it out fast because it dissolves fast, and then got some chalk marks on the black, and I need to cut that out, and then I need to turn the pattern over and cut out the other one, those right sides together. But I was also thinking, this is kind of like a stripe. I need to match the stripes, so I'm actually going to cut this out, use this pattern piece for the pattern, and then lay it over that way. But I got to find the grain line. It's going to be interesting. All right, got my ruffle done. Looks pretty cool. The side seams blended just about perfectly. The lines are a little bit, I don't know. The black lines lined up. The piano keys are a little off, but hangs like this. You never know. Then this other side seam, which I thought was my problem, turned out really good. These lines turned out in here, so that's how that looks like on the side. So it's so cool when you like see it from the side, you don't know where it got connected. So then I was looking at this like, how am I going to hem this? Oh my gosh. So these hems can really be torture. I might put a bias binding all around it. I don't know if I'm going to use my this one, or I don't know. Could just get the black packaged one because it's the cotton. And yeah, and then also put a little weight on it too, so maybe make it flow a little bit more. Then I have my top part done. I pressed the seams open, pinked it. And I'm going to put in the elastic right now, actually, just to get it done. Yeah, because it's easier to, when the pieces are smaller. So I just sewed, I put it around my waist. This is that double fold elastic. Was it 1 inch fold over elastic? I love this stuff. I have it on my website with the link to it. I just this is how I do all my skirts now. I don't like, you cut down on so much time with not putting a waistband in or a facing and all, because you never see my waistband actually. And if you did, that means I was drinking and my shirt came up. That's the only way you're going to see it, but that doesn't happen. Really. But so I marked the center front, so the seam is in the center back, and then the sides, and then I just stretch it along there as I'm sewing. It just folds over like that, and you just stitch it on. It's really simple. So I'm going to go and do that, and put the elastic on. See? It's easier to do it when it's in a shorter piece like that. So just a little bit of a grip. So when I wear it, it just kind of fits like that. It's pretty straight. Advantages of a square body. You don't have to fit everything in. All right, now the ruffle. So I need to find out how wide I want to do this bias strip. So I kind of estimated, I folded over about 5/8 right here. That will show. And I rolled this right here. That's kind of how it's going to look right there. So about 5/8 inch out. I think that's a good proportion. So now I got to figure out, this is a 5/8 inch seam allowance. I've got 5/8 times 4. So 5/8, 5/8, 5/8, 5/8. And what is that? 5/8 and 5/8 is 1 1/4, so 2.5 inches. So my bias, I'm going to cut 2.5 inches wide right here. And this fabric, I already had it. Last time I used it, I had a bias strip right here. So lucky me, I get to just cut. I had to cut 2 of these. I only need, I think each side was 23 inches right here. So I'm just going to cut 2 and then put them together and then have it ready to go. So have the bias done. Just fold it over. Have way more than I need. I just cut 2 strips on that. This stuff just moves around so crazy. And then I have to use a press cloth to press it because it melts. It's got metallic threads in it. So now I think I'm going to baste it to the edge of this skirt here. It's so weird, this fabric looks black on the smaller parts, but when you have the big part, you can see the navy. But I like the way this looks. It's not so black. It looks, hopefully it looks cool. But I'm gonna baste that on there. Then I'm gonna baste the ruffle on, because when I put the lining in, then I'll do another stitch. So there's gonna be a lot of threads in here. Have the bias strip basted on. This metallic is a pain. Oh wow, you can even see the metallic threads coming through the underneath. It's so weird how even a sharp needle just pulls it in there. I don't know what the deal is, but anyway, I just gonna have to go with it. And now I have to pin this on to that. That's a little bit of a struggle. I don't think I need to stay stitch this, because I don't think it's a problem with it stretching out. I'm probably gonna have to clip it to fit on here. So I'm gonna work this out, and then I'll show you how this looks. All right, found where my notches go. So I have that little notch here, and then I did an outie notch there so I wouldn't lose it, because that tells me the short side of this. And I might sew it from the inside, actually. It might be the easiest. Then I've got my side seams hooked up. Then, yeah, this is fitting pretty good. And I got my other side seam hooked up here. Then I just have to pin this all the way around and sew it in a 5/8 inch seam all the way around. I have to stretch that a little bit as I'm going. It's in the stretch where that ruffle really kind of curves, so the stretch is important. That pull, there's one side that pulls more. So that's normal. It's supposed to be just a tad tighter. Well, when it goes into a circle, that's what happens. Just go around like that. When I get around to that side, it's going to get tighter, so I'm going to try to move it around, move it up anyway. Okay. There's that. I'm going to turn it around and do the other side. First, I always like to look and see how it's looking. There's that. It's going to look like that. Hopefully that doesn't curl up. If not, I'm gluing it down. It's coming out good. There is that part there, and I'm going to go to the fabric store and get some yellow or something. I don't know. I'm going to see what's there and get some binding on here. I'm going to bind the edges there, and then have a skirt for the weekend. I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, there's my yellow. Oof. Getting all the way to the back of the store, and was getting worried. And now my piano has a yellow. Half taxi cab, half piano. All right, need 1 3/4. Looks like that's about all that's on here. So that was a close call. Got the yellow, ready to cut the ruffle out. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna cut the ruffle out, attach it to the ruffle, and try it on. So, won't be wearing it this weekend because I got a lot of binding to do and hemming this, and wow, that's the hard part of this whole skirt. It's easy to put together, but the hemming is where all the attention goes. So, get this cut out. Got the yellow cut out. Oh, it's coming together. But I think before I put this in, I am going to bind the edges of the ruffle. And I've got that bias tape. It's the 1/2 inch rollover, 1/2 inch, what do they call it? Double fold. It's that double fold one. And all I got to do is just cup it over. It's sort of like the elastic I use. So, and then I'm just going to go top stitch all this together. That's just a lot easier without the yellow in the way and all that, and then with the skirt in the way, so it's easier just to tackle it this way. So I guess it's good I took the ruffle off of the skirt. So I'll be right back. Okay, just opening up this right here, tucking it under just so it meets that half stitching right on top. So just about 5-inch segments there. I like this machine because the needle always ends down. Yeah, just think of 5-inch segments, and then you get it under control. If you try to beat it, trying to go continuous, that's when you mess up. So just take your time, and there's less seam ripping. That's how it's looking right here. It looks really good. Oh my gosh, look at, you can't even tell how it's ending. That's really going to be cool looking. Got the hem done, binded, and got my yellow in. Ta-da! It's like a big circle skirt now. Oh, like that. So now, just gonna baste this all in, or baste this part, and then put it back on the skirt. I guess I'm gonna baste it again. I'll try it on. Although I don't think I really need to. I think I might just stitch it. Yeah. All right. It should become a skirt very soon. I got the skirt on. I'm exhausted now. But there it is. Ta-da! It looks really fun. That is going to be so much fun to wear. Oh my gosh, I love the yellow popping out right there, especially on the side. The side is shorter and you can see the yellow through there. And when you sit, the yellow is going to pop out. And there you go. Be fun in a jazz club. All right, I'm going to take a break and be back tomorrow to hem the yellow part. All right, back another day to finish my skirt. I tried it on and I've decided I need to shorten it. So I like it shorter. And so all I got to do is I measured down 5.5 inches from the top, and I put a chalk line. I'm just going to cut it, and then I'm going to just get new elastic and redo that part. So should be pretty simple. And then now I just have to hem the yellow. So I just pressed up 1/2 inch on the yellow, and I'm actually going to put them wrong sides together. So I'm going to put the hem in this way. It was actually easier to press because I think when you put the iron on this shiny side, it kind of gets all gluey. I don't know, it's weird. Poly charmeuse, I hate it. But I needed the yellow anyway, and I needed it slick, so it worked out perfectly. Now all I got to do is just hem it like this, a little tuck in there, go around it, probably about 6 yards around. Oh my gosh. So just going to work in 5-inch segments, 5 inches, and then hem that, chop that off, and then I'm going to do a little mosaic of music notes on my skirt part here somewhere. I'm just going to do some testers, and then first I trace the pattern. I have this in black and white, so I'll trace the black first. I'm going to do 2 of them, make sure I have enough. And then I'm going to trim off this black border here and have a template now for the white. All right, trimmed out the black. Then I end up with the white right here, and then I trace, get rid of that, trace this one onto the white with a friction pen, the Pilot friction pens. This ink steams right off, and you just hit it with the steam. If you put the iron right on felt, it'll burn the felt because it's a synthetic, but you just steam it, and the colors will come off after you use it, of course. So I have it done here, well, sort of done. I still have to trim it a little bit better, and then I could put some spray adhesive for this to stick on so it stays on place. That's actually the best thing to do. And then go around and stitch it with white all the way around, and then that'll stays on, and then steam it all off, get it really finely trimmed, and then put it onto the garment with black top stitching thread all the way around there, and that is the motif. That's simple, like that. That's how you do it. Voila! Skirt is 95% done. So the 5% is I have to make music notes out of the felt. I just did some paper. I cut it out of the paper and tried it on to see what position I wanted to put them in, and I like it kind of like right there. They're in the front, and then I'll have to do 1 or 2 in the back. So I just got, but it turned out so fun. It doesn't peek out anywhere except like when you move, and then the yellow pops out, and then when you sit you can see it. It's really fun. So oh my gosh, it was fun. The hemming on this was quite the bear. Right here, like, it looks really good, but some spots not so good. Those little roll hems are not my forte at all, especially with the thumb that's got, I slammed it in the car door. So, but skirt is done. It's on my smaller dress form. So, ta-da! Looks good. Time to wear it. Gotta go to a jazz club. Wear this. Really fun. So hopefully you have some cool prints you can make a skirt like this with. It's pretty fun. Hope I gave you some ideas. Let me know in the comments below. Love to hear if you're making anything. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you in the next video.